Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. This video we're talking about the 2021 Toyota Tundra and how I want one. So I've made videos in the past where I've kind of mentioned the 2021 Tundra, but I've never dedicated a video specifically saying, hey, I want one and I'm gonna get one. What brings this up is before I had the 4Runner, I actually had a 2014 Silverado, and I freaking loved that vehicle. I love the truck. It's such a smooth running truck. That 5.3 liter V8, it got great gas mileage. Like I was able to almost sometimes get 24, 25 on the highway with it, and it was a great truck. So when I traded it in for the 4Runner, it was when we were living in an apartment, and I just miss having a truck. I miss being able to go to the hardware store, throw crap in the back of it, and not just fill up the space inside an SUV. The 4Runner's great. I will be keeping it. We're not gonna get rid of the 4Runner in lieu of the Tundra. We will have both. And the best thing is that my wife's lease ends next September. So if all the rumors are true with the time dates and all that stuff, we should hopefully see the brand new Tundra in September of next year, or August-ish time frame, if it stays the path of release that the current generation does. And speaking of current generation, guys, down in the comments, is this the second generation of Tundra, or is the one right now that you can buy the third generation? To me, it's like a 2.5 because it is the second generation. They've done decent upgrades on the interior, and they did facelift the front and back. So it's kind of like a 2.5, but it's been a long time since it's been out. So some people do call it a third gen, but I think the new one coming out is technically the third gen. But there's a couple things that the Tundra needs to have for me to 100% buy it. I'm gonna say right now that next year in August, September, we will be getting a truck for the channel. No matter what, that is if I don't get like a little project to Tacoma in the meantime. But I'm either gonna get the brand new Tundra, a Tacoma, or if Toyota's not doing it for me, guys, I'm gonna branch out to the GMC Sierra. I love the brand new GMC Sierra. So, it's like a better version of what my 2014 was. But for me to get a Tundra, it's really got to have better gas mileage. Oh, John, you don't buy a Tundra for good gas mileage, blah, 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 blah. It's a freaking truck. Get over it. No, you don't buy a truck for good gas mileage. You don't buy a truck to get 40 miles per gallon on the highway. But in today's day and age, especially with gas prices starting to creep up a little bit more, 16 to 18 miles per gallon on the highway is not good. That is horrible. That is atrocious. Yes, the truck gets it done, but guess what? The Ford F-150, that's able to get 21, 22 miles per gallon on the highway. The Silverado is upwards of 23, 24 miles per gallon on the highway. The Ram EcoDiesel, that's almost 30, guys. So there's the technology out there, and when the other competition is getting that high of miles per gallon, hey, you got to do it, Toyota. Another thing is I like a 6-speed transmission, which it does have. 6 or 8-speed transmission would be nice. I do want it to have engine options, not just the 4.7 and the 5.7. Or the 4.6 and the 5.7. I want it to have multiple engine options. Now, I love a V8. I love a freaking V8. I love flooring a V8 and hearing a V8, the power of a V8. But for channel purposes, if it does come out with like a V6 twin turbo option or hybrid option, I will pull the trigger on that just for long-term testing for the channel. So that is what I would really like to do with that, especially because it's something brand new. Yes, it sucks buying something brand new because you're gonna have issues with it, but you're able to long-term test it for people. Another thing that I want is I need that rear window to roll down. That is like a trademark of a Tundra. That is awesome. And I also need it to look good. I really want it to look good. Obviously, the spy photos that we saw, some stuff was tweaked up in the front and some in the back, but it was really just a test mule model, right? So nothing was really new about it. The same cab, it's because they're testing everything underneath. That is why that one looked like the current generation Tundra, basically. So it has to look good. The front end of it, although they're growing on me a little bit, the front end of it cannot look like the new Silverado. That front end is disgusting. It is growing on me just a little bit, but it is not good. That's why I'm leaning more towards the Sierra if I don't get a pickup truck. Another reason why I would like the Tundra over the Tacoma is they're almost the same price, guys. They are very close to the same price. And if you're gonna be paying that, I would rather have a full-size truck than a mid-size truck. That's all I can say with that. Interior obviously needs to be updated just a little bit. The 4Runner's fine for me. It does have some outdated things. It has a lot of outdated things, but I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's great. It works. And I think the 2020 refresh on the Tundra is going to be good enough, you know? So if they carry that over into the 2021, you know, obviously Apple CarPlay and all that stuff is here to stay. Better in-dash screen, maybe like a 5-inch display screen in the middle of it to give you more vehicle diagnostic options. But other than that, the interior is great with the Tundra. It's high quality. It's really, really good. So those are just some of the things I want for it. Like I said, my wife's lease ends in September, so it would be amazing to have a truck for the channel for that. So if it stays true and it does come out next year around that time, then that will be the new vehicle for the channel. Another thing too is just reaching out to companies. If the underneath is different, like if they're actually doing independent rear suspension or something like that, then you have to go with other companies and stuff for like certain suspension upgrades and everything like that. Like it's not going to be the same as the current generation underneath. If it is, then all the lift kits and everything are the same. But to have a fresh build, fresh truck, in the eyes of people on YouTube, I feel like that would be very, very cool to have. So this is my official video for you all, letting you know that I am 100%, if all those criteria are met, I'm gonna pull the trigger on a Tundra next year. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a TRD Pro or a Limited or Platinum. I may go that route, just because I don't need a big truck with all the pro stuff underneath, because I have the 4Runner to off-road and I really want a project vehicle. People yell like, oh, there's no rear locker, there's no crawl control, all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people that do actually off-road the Tundra, but the vast majority of people do not off-road the Tundra, like hardcore off-road the Tundra. So if you guys are new around here, please feel free to subscribe. If you guys like this and are stoked that we may be getting a Tundra next year, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, see you guys later.